Good morning, everybody. Come on, let's get up. Sing our opening song. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on screaming. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on screaming. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on screaming. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on screaming. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on screaming. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on screaming. Hallelujah, hallelujah,
Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. So good to have you here. Oh my goodness, good, lovely day today to all. So welcome to our Sunday Easter service here at, well, let's see, what would this be called? CSL Simi Valley South, our outside office. All right. A lot of stuff going on today, and normally this is being our second Sunday of the month, and happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone. This being our second Sunday of the month, normally we would do our volunteer of the month. We're not going to let anything get in the way. Here's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring to you a service that is as close to what you would get if you were in the sanctuary, complete with the same format, with just some adjustments that we need to take because we're doing this safer at home business, right? But it's easy enough to do because we love to do it. Reverend Johanna and I have been spending some time this week putting together a service for you that I think you really, really enjoy, and will also, I think there'll be some moments that hopefully will touch your heart, touch your soul, and help you to move through what we're all challenged to move through. But for now, and also, at 1, practicing the presence at 1, practicing oneness at 1 during the week, I really try to focus on the COVID situation and how we're dealing with being at home. But on Sunday, I want to bring us a service that puts some of the old normal back into our lives. So I don't spend a lot of time talking about all the stuff that's happened, but we are not in a bubble, so we will reflect on some of the things that are happening in our world today. But overall, what we're talking about, I'm getting a cue.
We're being told that the volume is decreasing.
Is decreasing?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Is the volume better now for you? I hope so. We'll get a report in just a moment or two as to how the volume is. The volume just did decrease. Let's see if it's back up. It looks like it's up pretty good from here. I really appreciate your patience with some of the technical things because we are doing some things very differently. So the curve is going to be a little slow, but we're trying to get it together. I'm hoping that what we have for you today is even better volume, better quality volume. So we'll see. So yes, still pretty spotty. Get any updates on it? How about any of you out there can give us an update on how you think things are going with the volume? Because we want to know.
Loud but crackly.
Loud but crackly and distorted. Let's see. That's not fun. You don't want distorted volume. Let's see if that's a little
Buzzy.
and buzzy. Any better now? Thanks. I really appreciate all our co-producers because that's how we kind of do this. We do this co-production, right? Okay. I'm going to continue on. What I wanted to bring you is our
Too loud.
volunteer of the month. Okay, so let's start with that, and we'll work on the adjustment of the volume. But in the meantime, let's take you to this month's volunteer of the month. Someone that we don't see a lot, but we taste her tasty treats all the time. This month's volunteer of the month is Casey Hilton.
So, Casey Hilton, you
Yes.
are the volunteer of the month.
I am?
Yes, you are. Yes, it says here, for her loving support and participation in our spiritual community, and for being the one who has served selflessly, making a difference for the MIDI, and for being a clear example exhibiting the values of the Center for Spiritual Living. We thank you, we honor you, and we celebrate Casey Holton, Volunteer of the Month for the month of March.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and this is because, we don't get to see you. This is really great that we're in this format because we don't get to see you that much. We just get to enjoy what you give to us. And because you're so good at bringing us these tasty sweets whenever we have events, we wanted to acknowledge you for that and thank you for that. So,
well, thank you.
That's why the recording. That's why all the secrecy. And now, what do you think? What do you got to say for yourself?
Mom's like, we have to stay here till 5. It's like, okay. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We just wanted you to be with us. So now on Sunday, everybody's going to get to see you saying, me? Why? What?
How cool.
All right. All right. Well, that's it. And your mom has a certificate, so she'll give it to you later. Okay.
Aw, thanks.
All right. All right. Fantastic. Thanks so much. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, that was a treat. That was something I was trying to figure out how to get her over to the center. So Dr. Susan said she had to pick up something, so she and the boys jumped into the truck and they ran over there to do that short video that we had for you. So congratulations to Casey, Volunteer of the Month. Another thing that's happening this weekend is this is the 35th anniversary of our center, which opened on. This is the third. Another thing that happened is this is the 35th. I see the volume. I see how it's kind of choppy now. I can hear it myself. I really appreciate your patience in all this, and I deeply apologize. We've been working on getting this all week, and I'm so disappointed that it's coming out choppy and not very comfortable for you. So we'll do our best. I'm going to put a couple videos together here for people who are helping to celebrate our 35th anniversary here at the Center for Spiritual Living. 35 years. Wow. And it all began with this lovely gentleman right here.
Hey, hold on 1 minute. I hope you are all wearing your masks as well when you're out and about. The likelihood is that while I'm sitting at home recording this, you're probably sitting at home watching it on behalf of the Simi Valley Center for Spiritual Living. My brother and friend, Reverend Stephen Rambo, asked me to take a moment to talk with all of you on this Easter Sunday, which is the 35th anniversary from when we started the church in 1985. And I was honored that Stephen would ask me to address you today. 35 years is a profound amount of time for a spiritual community to not just be created, but to endure and evolve and unfold as it grows. And you, as a spiritual community, have done that. First with me, and then with my buddy, Dr. Jim Lockhart, and then now Reverend Stephen, with a very capable crew of Reverend Susan and Reverend Maggie and Patrick and whoever else you got there. It's been so many years since I've seen you guys. I'm sure you've got a whole new crew. Probably, I should introduce myself. I'm Dennis Merritt Jones. Some of you may not even know who I am. Nonetheless, I wanted to take a minute just to congratulate you as a spiritual community for doing what you've been able to do for 35 years. You're in the minority of spiritual communities that have been able to endure this long. And we're truly a profound redefining moment for ourselves as not just as a species, but as a spiritual communities as well. And my sense is that we're being handed an opportunity in kind of a tough way by the universe that we're given a chance as a spiritual community and as human beings to redefine who we are and what tomorrow is going to look like in comparison to yesterday. And we know it's a mistake to try to drag the dead corpse of yesterday into tomorrow. So this is an invitation to give great consideration to how you as a collective group will reinvent yourselves as a spiritual community, because it's not likely it'll ever be the same it's been. for the last 35 years. But that doesn't mean that there's not a place for Simi Valley to have its own Center for Spiritual Living presence, perhaps in new and different ways that will even force you to get out of the box, as it were, and to touch more people. Frankly, when I left the Simi Valley Church, the pulpit, I left it because I wanted to have, I'd done that through writing books and whatnot. But now you can do that through taking your ministry to the world via internet, and it's a profound number of lives that you can touch. That's the benefit of the ripple effect of doing what you're supposed to be doing as individuals and as a spiritual community. So on this 35th anniversary, I wish you all just the greatest amount of love and success, and knowing that as you unfold the next yet to be as a community, you'll do so with joy and integrity. You'll find ways to financially support your spiritual community in new ways, and yet the great works of Science of Mind will go on, and you'll be part of that. By the way, I apologize for well, I don't apologize for that at all. I didn't get a haircut. I bet you half of you out there haven't had a haircut in 2 months either, or a shave. That's part of being authentic. It's about part of being who we really are. And as you each are as a spiritual community, for the next 35 years, you'll get a chance to each bear your individual imprint as members of Simi Valley Center for Spiritual Living. What will happen downstream? We all live downstream. And you have a blessed community with a wonderful, talented, joyful, committed spiritual leader. And I know that wherever you go from here, whatever you guys do as a community, you'll touch lives far beyond the brick and mortar of the building that Simi Valley Center for Spiritual Living has been in for so long. So open your mind to being open to seeing what the universe has next for you as a spiritual community, and do it together. And while we're being forced to be apart right now, it's a great way to come together in new ways. I don't know what else I can say other than I'm just so proud of you, all of you, for having gone this journey for 35 years. And all I can say is, here's to the next 35 years, knowing that your vision and your purpose and your understanding of who you are and why you are matters to this planet. Until then, peace and out. I love you. Namaste.
Bonjour, Simi Valley. Hello from France. Dorianne and I send our love. It's so wonderful to celebrate the 35th anniversary of this amazing spiritual community, and I'm so proud to have been a part of it over the years, and we miss everyone. We just wanted to let you know that we hope to see you all soon, and we know that under Reverend Stephen's leadership, the center will continue to prosper. So all is well, knowing the best for all of you in all ways. Love and light. Take care.
Are we just so fortunate? We have Dr. Jim. There it is. Okay. There we go. Blessings. This is so interesting. All right, so what I was saying is how wonderful and blessed we are to have the incredible leadership that we have, to have Dr. Jim and Dr. Dennis still in such support of our center. So many centers have gone through changes in leadership, and it's not always, sometimes when a leader comes and goes, it's like a closing of the book, But for us, the book remains open. It's just new chapters, I lovingly refer to Dr. Dennis as CSL Simi Valley Leader 1.0 and Dr. Jim as 2.0, and I'm so grateful and blessed to be here as 3.0, and I know that as we continue to upgrade and change, there will be more leadership in the future for us. 35 years, it's absolutely fantastic and wonderful that we've been able to be here and continue to be strong, loving community with open hearts. And I think what was set by Dr. Dennis and has been nurtured by Dr. Jim has allowed us to be who we are today and to still be able to stay together while we're so separate in our own individual places. But I think I'm hoping that you're feeling that sense of togetherness as we bring you this kind of service that allows all of us to participate the way we always do, right? People screaming out, shouting out. So, in fact, let's all go over to your voice into the room, your voice into the room cam with Reverend Johanna and see what it is you guys have been saying other than, hey, where's the sound?
Hi, everybody. Happy Easter and happy 35th anniversary. It is so great, right? Because there are people in the center have been there from the very beginning, and then there are people who are new and post, hi, Dr. Dennis, nice to meet you. So we are a community that persists over time and that it has endurance and that supports each other. And that is what's happening this morning too. You should see our house. We have a production studio here. It's really great. And Reverend Stephen truly has been working all week to get this to work. So we appreciate your blessings. Send blessings. Send good energy. It really helps. When equipment doesn't work for me, I bless it. And more often than not, it starts working again. So we love your blessings. And as a community, let's send blessings to each other. So as I read the names of the people that I've seen joined us this morning, just send blessings to each and every person. We're so powerful with our light. So send that light throughout the community. Margaret and Louis Rambo, T. Michael, Practitioner Patty Justice, Lydia, Reverend Patrick, Ron and Kathy, Gary Huttinger, Colleen and Wally, Sherry and John, Pat and Craig, Lane Taylor, Reverend Jennifer, Dorothy and Colin, Marion, Dale and Barbara, Sanford and Eileen, Claudia and Steve, Debbie Barecki, Cindy, Saul, Costa and Joyce, Brad and Lynn, Darlene and John, Rick and Yasa, Bridget, Reverend Maggie, Dina and Mark, Carlene, Arlene Cole, Lisa, Aline, Cheryl and Jim, Terry, Gary and Kathy, Cheryl Glath, Angela Carol Brown, Kathy Bird, Practitioner John Newbill, Amy, Ralph Seaman, Nancy Fuller, Michelle Sierra, Mary Peter, Donna Callahan, Diane Klimzak. When I see more of you, I'll be back. I'll shout out your name and send blessings to you.
Thanks, Reverend Johanna. That's awesome. There are quite a number of people out there watching, and I'm so happy to know that you're all there. You know, the way we do this, the way we do the shout out and all that is just to kind of put our vision and our mission statement into action for us on a daily basis so that you can know that we're doing what we do, what we've been charged to do, what we created when that mission and vision statement was created with the support of Reverend Dr. Jim's wife, Dorianne, a fantastic practitioner who led the center in a global kind of group leadership style to get input from everyone to say, who are we? And what direction are we going to take? And how are we going to make a change in the world? How are we going to bring our teaching alive for people every single day of their lives? And what came from that is this mission. It was a multi-page document, vision and mission statement with 6 different key points and 12. It was just incredible what was done. So what I did when I came is I kind of crunched it down into something that summarizes it, did a Reader's Digest version of it for us, and that's what we repeat each Sunday when we come together. If you want the larger one, we can email it to you so you can read the whole document. But for now, we're going to do the shorter version. Join me now as we do our vision and our mission statement. Here we go. Say it with me at home. We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And to tell you here's what we do is Steve Fowler.
Good morning and welcome to our Facebook Live Easter celebration. I'm Steve Fowler, and instead of a guitar solo, today I'm going solo with this morning's announcements. And I'm really honored to be here. Our current normal includes bringing you this service live via Facebook. Help our community serve others by sharing the live stream on your personal page or on the page of a friend, maybe one you've wanted to invite to CSL See Me for a long time. This way, they can visit us without leaving their own comfy space. By early afternoon, the service will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, CSL See Me Valley. So for friends who miss this live broadcast, tell them to check out on YouTube. This service will also be available later today on the homepage of our website, cslcme.org. This week's Wednesday night experience features Michelle Roberts and Dean Yasuda. Join them for Expanding Your Capacity for Love and Creativity During Uncertain Times. That's Wednesday, April 15th, 7 p.m. It's all happening on Zoom. Here's the meeting ID, 556-839-935. And you'll need to enter this password, Expand Now. It's all one word, uppercase E and uppercase N, Expand Now. But don't worry if you forget. You can find both the meeting ID and the password on our website, cslcme.org. Join our Youth and Family Director, Dr. Susan Holton, each Sunday at 9:30 a.m. streaming live from the homepage of our website, cslcme.org, for Play and Learn with Dr. Susan. 2 additional Play and Learn with Dr. Susan lessons are posted during the week on YouTube channel CSL See Me Valley. And there's a link to all of Dr. Susan's Play and Learn episodes also on the homepage of our website. Catch Reverend Stephen Monday through Saturday on Facebook Live for Practicing Oneness at 1. That's 1 p.m. in the early afternoon for those left-brained people like me. He streams moments of reflection, inspiration, and support during these challenging times from his Facebook page. It's a perfect way to de-stress your day, any day, during these challenging times. You're invited to contribute your own part for our virtual Sunday Virch service. Just record a video short of yourself greeting the community. Video should be no longer than 30 seconds. And here's a tip from Rev Stephen. Turn your smartphone camera to landscape before you shoot. Email your clip to Rev Stephen at cslcme.org. Be creative and, importantly, have fun. Look for your video short at the close of service. Remember, our center staff, practitioner, and ministers are providing emotional and spiritual support to help us move through these strange days. So please, reach out to them for a prayer or for any questions you have by email or by calling the church office. And remember, it's very important that we all support our center financially during this period. Make sure to contribute your regular giving. And to our new friends, we welcome your donations at this time. Just go to our website, cslcme.org, click on the donate button, and give what you can. No matter the size, every gift counts mightily to our creating a world that works for everyone. Thank you in advance for your contribution. And now, welcome to all of you, viewing from wherever you are in your own safe space. We're so grateful that you have chosen to spend this time with us this morning. Back to you, Rev Stephen.
Thank you, Stevie Fowler. That was beautiful. Really appreciate having that. And man, he's got a lot of guitars, doesn't he? That was so sweet. Let's see. Moving forward. Oh, yeah. So this is when we would bring up the practitioner of the day and talk about the affirmation, an inspirational reading, and bring you a treatment to start the morning. This week's practitioner of the day is Reverend Patrick Harbula.
Good morning. Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, my beloved family. It's so good to be with you virtually today, and I really miss your presence, and I'm looking forward to when we can be back together again in person. One thing I like about this, though, is in this way you can actually see my halo much more clearly in my home. So let's do the affirmation. I will say it once, and then you can join in. Today, I am open to great changes in my life. I claim my highest expression and most joyous experience. I accept my greatness now. Together. Today, I am open to great changes in my life. I claim my highest expression and most joyous experience. I accept my greatness now. What I love most about the affirmation today is the word joy. So I'm going to read a passage for you from an upcoming manuscript of mine called The Joy Factor. How I define joy is not the opposite of sadness, that's happiness. I define true joy as a pervasive spiritual quality that can be present even in moments of sadness, loss, grief, fear, or anger. The true test of how joyful we are is how joyful we feel when uncomfortable situations are present in our lives. I like to see any challenge as an opportunity to go deeper into the truth, deeper into spirit. The true test of abundance consciousness is not feeling abundant when I have $1 million in the bank, but when it looks like there's no money in the bank. The true test of joy is not feeling joyful when someone has just told me they love me and appreciate me. It's when I can feel joy in the face of death, or even when someone's screaming at me. The true test of self-love is not when I feel good about myself because I just received a promotion or found the cure for cancer, but when I can love myself right after making a mistake that cost me tens of thousands of dollars, or I hurt someone that I care about. That's the true test of self-love. When I do feel any uncomfortable emotion, I can simply bring love to it, and almost always, that feeling will turn to joy. So let's take this into prayer. Take a nice deep healing breath. And as we exhale, we just completely and totally dissolve into that infinite presence that is spirit, that infinite light, infinite love, infinite peace, infinite freedom and joy. And just knowing in this moment that this is the truth of who we are. There's no separation. I am an expression of these qualities of spirit. And they are with me this moment and every moment of my life. And I know that everything that occurs in the service this morning is an expression of this one light and one love and one joy of spirit. The music that we get to hear, the message from our beloved spiritual director and leader, and everything that is received, everything that is given. And so we're grateful for our opportunity to be here virtually, and in this moment I'm feeling the oneness that we have together, regardless of whether we're together physically or not. And so I give thanks for my life, for this life, for all the blessings in life, for all the joys, for all the challenges, knowing that there are simply opportunities to shift into a higher perspective of love and freedom and joy. And so we turn this prayer over to Spirit, knowing it's done, and together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. Beautiful. Thank you, Reverend Patrick. Really sweet. And thank you for all your good thoughts and for everyone just stepping up to continue to make this really a great service. Some happenings this week. I heard that Dorothy Seeger and Colin got married. Congratulations. We just love you guys and just want to celebrate you. A lot of people have had some shifts in their life this week and have been impacted by what's going on. One of our members was deeply impacted by what's going on, and he came across a poem. He asked if he could share it with the congregation. He's relatively new to the membership. He's been deeply, deeply involved since he got here. His name is Dale Aarons. I want to bring that to you now. Here's Dale.
Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. This last week I received a poem that touched me deeply, and I would like to share it with you now. This poem was written by Catherine Kitty O'Mara in March of 2020. And people stayed home and read books and listened and rested and exercised and made art and played and learned new ways of being and were still and listened more deeply. Someone meditated, someone prayed, someone danced, someone met their own shadow, and people started thinking differently, and people healed. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, mindless, and heartless, the earth began to heal. And when the danger ended and the people found themselves, they grieved for the dead, and they made new choices and dreamed of new visions and created new ways to live and healed the earth fully, just as they had been healed. And so it is. Happy Easter.
Thank you, Dale. And healed the world just as they had been healed. Powerful words. I'm really grateful that he was able to find that and to share that with us. And I think it's a good way to lead into our gap meditation. So this is a moment where we can just all settle in. We'll take a few minutes to experience the God awareness place, and our practitioner of the day will lead us into that. So I bring you back, Reverend Patrick.
Okay, beloved community, it's time for the gap. It's time to slip into, dissolve into that sacred space, the gap between thoughts as we go deep into meditation. And so I offer this. Rather than trying to meditate, just surrender and allow Spirit to meditate you. Let's slip into the gap. I will keep the time of 3 minutes, and then in a few moments I will call you back. Let us begin. Welcome back, my beloveds. Doesn't that feel good? So great to be with you in this sacred moment.
That was a peaceful 3 minutes. I truly enjoyed that. I hope you did. And I really want to encourage you, particularly at this time where we are in our lives today, to bring meditation into your life on a regular basis. Try to do it a couple of times a day, particularly before and after doing your check-in of what the current events are telling us all about. I mean, we cannot run from what's happening. We've got to keep posted, but that can be an overwhelming experience. And this is where meditation can come in. Even if you just, before you click and notice the TV set says power when you turn it on, but the power is within you, right? So exercise that power of consciousness and sit for a moment or two and bless the entire world before you go into your news update. And then after you finish, use your power again to shift to a new power as you turn the TV power off and bring on the spiritual power of knowing that healing and the wholeness and the oneness of the planet is deeply ensured by and enhanced by your understanding and you bringing that into consciousness, all right? So we call it practice, spiritual practice, so that when we get into the game, we can play well. We are in the game. It's time to play well. We have to remember to use the tools that we've been given, and meditation is one of the most powerful tools that we can use. Another sweet tool for us to utilize is music. Music. Oh my goodness. And today's music guest is Angela Carol Brown, and I bring her to you now.
Having these hands and multiply, God, all that I am, and find my heart on the altar again. Set me on fire, set me on fire. Take all I have in these hands and multiply. God, all that I am, and find my heart on the altar again. Set me on fire, set me on fire. Here I am, God, arms wide open, pouring out my life, gracefully broken. My heart stands in awe of your name, your mighty love stands strong to the end. You will fulfill your purpose in me. You won't forsake me. You will be with me. Here I am, God, arms wide open, pouring out my life, gracefully broken. Oh, yes. Here I am, God, arms wide open. Pouring out my life, gracefully broken. All to spirit now, all to spirit now. I'm holding nothing back, holding
Wow. Was that powerful? And the lighting and the way it just, everything about that, it just soared into my heart. I don't know if you felt the movement of it. Angela's sound and music and Sherry with piano in the background recording. They put together that scene from two different places. Sherry recorded the soundtrack and then sent it to Angela, and she sang it for us and recorded that for you so you could have this experience of Easter, of her feeling her heart and sharing her heart with all of us. She's got another one coming up a little bit later, so definitely stick around. And a reminder, too, that, the idea is to stay for the whole service, right? But the reason we post it this way, we put it on YouTube and all that, is we know that sometimes you might need to take off and you want to miss something. You can come back and watch it later and catch the whole thing, or you can fast forward to your favorite parts. So it's really sweet that we can give it to you live like this, but then you can also capture it and have it for later to hold on to if you need a booster sometime later in the week, right? Okay. So it's time to go into our talk for today. And really, this is what it's about, right? This is Easter Sunday. Wow, what an opportunity to dive into the metaphysical truth of our being and to really understand what this story is about, this Easter story. And I borrowed a title for this service from our dear friend John Newbill, who I think he's probably walking the mountain. Is he up on Mount McCoy? Do we know he's up? John is nodding at me. He's up on Mount McCoy watching this service from up on high. All right, and so let's. I'm going to switch to the talk cam, and I might look aside a little bit to bring up the slides or something like that. But let's see how this is going to work. Talk cam. Here we go. Hi, I'm on the talk cam. This is hilarious. All right, so this is our talk for today. BegEndings. BegEndings. It all starts with the beginning. So, the ultimate beginning is what this day is all about. You got to think about Jesus and his ministry. And here we've got Jesus. He came, and he says this in the teachings. He said he came to fulfill the prophecy. And he was a good Jew. He really understood the Hebrew Bible. He understood all of the prophets. He understood the stories of the Torah. And so he read it carefully. He was a rabbi. He was a teacher. So he understood what was important for him to do. So when he rode into Jerusalem, first off, he knew because of the Midrashic telling of the Hebrew story. Midrashic is where the stories are told again with different characters, but the plot line remains the same. So you have people in the Old Testament that died and rose again, that went through some of the same trials and tribulations, that were asked to make the ultimate sacrifice. Abraham being told to, when he was Abram, to make the sacrifice of his son to God. That's the same story that we get retold in human form, with Jesus being told to make the great sacrifice for humankind. So he knew what his story was all about. And when he rode into Jerusalem and he asked for the donkey, that's part of the story. That's part of the old Hebrew story, the prophetic story. So he rides into Jerusalem knowing that he's not going to leave at the end of the weekend. He knew that he was not going to leave in physical form. He knew that he was going to die. He already knew in the beginning what his ending was. He knew the beginning as he rode ahead. He knew there was going to be pain ahead in that journey. But he also held, in part of the Easter story, that he knew his truth. That his truth was that the truth that we're told is the Father and I are one. It's not I that do the work. It's the Father within me that does the work. And from a metaphysical standpoint, if we think about that, here we have the divine self-givingness of spirit, right, that decides to bring life into form through each and every one of us. So we really are God in expression, right? Just as Jesus knew that he was God in expression, we sometimes believe that it's just me. It's just, Patrick wrote the book, Angela sang the song. But it's the energy of the divine within us, because there's only the one expressing multiplicity, expressing individualized as each and every one of us. So we really are the vehicles for God's expression. And Jesus knew that right down to the very soul of his being. So he was able to ride in, because while he knew that death was ahead of him, he was also so full of life that he was unafraid. He was totally unafraid. And that's this journey that we're on. This is what Dr. Holmes tells us about in this wonderful quote. He says, as the truth dawns upon the subjective state of our thought, it stimulates into newness of action. Right? As the truth dawns, as the truth dawns upon the subjective state of our thought, it stimulates it into newness of action. Everything works from within out. Is the rest of that quote. Everything works from within out. The truth is known within us. As we know that truth within us, then we can express that outwardly. The subjective state of our thought is that part of our thought that is subject to the larger idea, subject to the objectification, the objectified idea of God, right? So that state of our thought, when truth dawns upon that forming, that soft, that malleable part of our consciousness, which is the subjective state of our thought, the soul as we call it, then it stimulates it into a newness of action. It informs it with what's ready to do for us, you see. And the Good Friday through Easter story is an invitation to that subjective state of thought. It's an invitation to our greatness. It's an invitation for us to grow, to expand. It's our personal spring, really. You know, you've heard of a certain time in a woman's life where she says, I'm having a personal summer. Well, Easter is your personal spring. It's your personal time to jump into a new experience of life. Symbolically, the crucifixion is the death of an old paradigm and the opening to a new paradigm. The resurrection is a leaping into the new thinking way. The crucifixion, death of the old. The resurrection, leaping into the new. It's time for us to begin to live our dreams. We're being called forth right now to live our dreams. You see, that's the depth of this story. Yes, on a physical plane, it is about the King of the Jews, as he was told, the Messiah, the Anointed One, coming to take his crown, to take over the political and the social system of Israel. But the truth of it is he knew that it was the Father and I as one. He knew that he was really coming to tell us that it is more. It is more than just a physical activity of life. There's something within us that is eternal, that must be lived and expressed, you see. And at the end was really the opening to his dreams. Jeff Foster talks about this in this wonderful quote that I found for you. He says that, truly, every moment is the end of a dream and the birth of newness. Every moment is the end of a dream and the birth of newness. That's where John Newell, the poet who's up on the mountain, got that wonderful word, beginning. Every beginning is the end of an old paradigm, is the end of a moment in time, so that we can birth into a new moment, a new beginning, you see. And so back to the Jesus story, back to the Easter story. It seems like such a physical thing. There's so much focus on Jesus on the cross, dying on the cross. It's easy to lose the larger focus of the story when you stay on that level of what this is all about. But as metaphysicians, we're called to a larger level, to a bigger idea. And we begin to notice and understand that every transition in our life begins with an ending. Every transition. So the larger point to the Jesus story is that, and to this experience, is that we are always dying. We are always shedding something. An old idea, an old way of being, a habit that no longer serves us, right? Even our bodies shedding skin cells at night. Why do you change your sheets? You change your sheets because your body's shedding skin stuff at night. You need to get that stuff in the laundry and clean it, you know? So we're always shedding. We're also resurrecting. And if it's done consciously and at choice, then that's when our life really begins to expand. We're just stuck on the law of averages. We're just letting things to kind of go by, right? Ho hum, this is the way it is. This is the way it's going to be. Okay, you can live your life like that, but that's not living your life in the Easter story. That's not riding your donkey into Jerusalem on a bed of palms, being celebrated as a king, knowing that all of that celebration is going to be wiped off the face of the planet because a new experience is bursting forth that's even more grand than that. A new eternal experience is coming forth. You see? every moment, everything that we have. This is why we have to celebrate all that we have and be grateful for what we have, because it's temporary anyway. It's going to go away and something's going to take its place. And if we can experience every moment with its total fullness, and then when that moment dies, we still have the memory and we've opened up space for something new. Anthony DeMello, in a lovely book called Awareness, talks about this. Where's that quote? Here it is. If you would die to the past, if you would die to every minute, you would be the person who is fully alive. Because a fully alive person is one who is full of death. Now, I should go back to that one more time. Wait a minute, because that takes a lot of unpacking. If you would die to the past, right? So what's he saying? Let go. Let go of what's already moved beyond you. Don't hold on to it. Because see, what would happen then is you would be dying every minute. Why? Because you would be living every minute so fully, you would take every bit of juice and nectar out of that minute and you could let it go. And you'd be full because you've taken the juice, you've taken the nectar, and you've nurtured yourself so you're fully alive. You see? So a fully alive person, ergo, a fully alive person is one who is full of death. Are you full of death? Does that sound like a strange question? Perhaps it is. But if you are full of death, you're fully alive. Because you've captured all that was in every single moment. That's the metaphysical side of this story. It's not just the physical experience of Jesus. It's beyond that. And that's what metaphysical teachings are all about. It's beyond the physical, right? We're talking, as Dr. Holmes talked about everything earlier, everything works from within out. You have a thought, even a feeling that happens within your body. You sense the feeling in your body, and then that sends information to your brain, which is frequently the last to know that you had a sensation until you begin the impulse of action out of it, right? And so that inside activity is what takes place in the outside world. And sometimes that shift, that transition, is going to be painful. Sometimes it's going to be painful. Think back to puberty. Guys know it. Puberty is painful. The little girl in your classroom in high school, in junior high school that you like so much and you want to say hello, you go, hello, because your voice is making all those changes. Or the cramps you get at night because your body is expanding and growing so rapidly and you get the growing pangs. We have had so many physical and emotional crucifixion moments in our lives. I was talking to a dear friend of mine this week, and he was telling me about his own crucifixion and resurrection. His family was involved in those the Oakland Hills fires many years ago. So here he is, trying to save his home, right? Trying to hold on to the past. He's up there with a garden hose, and the roof's on fire, and his wife and kids are in the car, and they're screaming at him, Christopher, come down off the roof. We've got to go. We've got to go. Get in the car. Get in the car. But he didn't want to let go. He didn't want to let go. But finally, the flames, the pain was too much. And he had to get down off the roof and he had to get into the car. Right? That's the beginning of the transition. That's the beginning of the crucifixion moment. That's because it begins with letting go. He decided to let go. And once he let go, he got in the car and he recognized, we're all okay. We're all safe. I've got my wife. I've got my kids. I have everything I need. Everything that's important in my life is right here with me, in the car, in the vehicle. And at that moment, we were talking the story, it hit me. In the vehicle. You and I, are God's vehicle for expression on earth. And everything that we have within us, everything that's important is within us, and we are safe within. That's the other part of the story. As long as we are with the Father, with the Mother, with the universal presence, with the divine spirit, with the sublime, the universal intelligence, the infinite knowingness, the great no thing and the great something, however you want to describe this higher power, as long as you have a connection to it, then your vehicle is safe. Your vehicle is safe. But this idea of the physical, we're always so busy dealing with that, we forget about the inner work that has to be done. because we're looking at the shiny thing on the other side. George Carlin talks about that. I love this quote. He talks about the shiny thing gets all the attention. What does he say? Here it goes. He says, the caterpillar does all the work, and the butterfly gets all the publicity. The caterpillar does all the work, and the butterfly gets all the publicity. Our within is the caterpillar. The deep work we have to do, the practices that we're being called to, the thoughts, the shift that has to take place in consciousness, that's caterpillar work. But then on the other side, the rest of the Christopher story is they rebuilt their home. It's a more beautiful home than the one they had before, with a spectacular view across the San Francisco Bay over the city of San Francisco on the other side. It's absolutely gorgeous. But he had to let go so he could get the butterfly, the publicity. We have to do the caterpillar work. The caterpillar, actually, it's a lot of rough work. That caterpillar inside the chrysalis, he turns into soup and goo before he reforms, or she reforms as the butterfly. Our resurrection story may turn us into goo before we reform and flap our wings and fly with the beauty of the butterfly. But because you are God's vehicle, you and me, us, are God's vehicle, the Easter story is here to remind us that we are safe. That's the story of the true resurrection. As long as we know that and we walk consciously into our future, consciously come down off of the roof, consciously climb into the car, consciously do the work within, easily release the past. Not always so easy, but we choose it, and then when we choose it, we can release that past. You see, those that were stuck in their past, they couldn't release. They couldn't let go. They couldn't leave their home aflame, right? And as a result, they couldn't see the new house on the other side. In our own life, we're called many times to, as Jesus says, take the beam out of our eye so that we can see the visual truth. Take the beam out of our eye so we can see the visual truth. Move beyond our conscious levels of limitation. And that's, again, back to what this Jesus story is all about. Jesus knew that when he let go of his physical form, he was going to move beyond any limitations that were held by that physical form. Joel Goldsmith talks about this in a wonderful book called The Easter Letters. He says, there is no limit to the spiritual demonstration we can make, except such limit as we will bring upon ourselves by not thoroughly crucifying that personal sense of self. One more time. There's no limit to the spiritual demonstration that we can make, except such limitation as we bring upon ourselves by not thoroughly crucifying that personal sense of self. That personal sense of self, that's ego. Not the ego that stops you from walking out into traffic, that protects you from danger. The ego wants to hold on to the old story, that's afraid of the journey of the caterpillar, that doesn't have the vision to see the butterfly, that doesn't have the vision to see the new house, that doesn't have the realization to understand that we are safe because everything I need is within my vehicle, the vehicle of my body that is being used to be an expression of God. See, this time, this period, this season, this day, this week, in fact, from the whole week through the culminating moment of today's resurrection, is here to tell us that to be somebody else, to be more, we have to stop who we are now. We have to find a new way in the old and adopt a new. And as you consciously do that, you get to step into your beginning. Step into your beginning, my friends. Do it consciously. Happy Easter. And so it is. This is our moment as we go into our healing prayer. I'm taking a pause because I want you just to dive into the quiet of your own consciousness as we share together our healing prayer moment. So when I worked at the World Ministry of Prayer, we had people call from all over the world, and we felt demonstration. There's no separation in the mind of God. So whatever distance it feels like might be between us because you're not in the sanctuary with me right now and you're not here, you are. We are in the large sanctuary of the world itself, right? So we're connecting. We're connecting on a level that is deep and beautiful. So we can connect in prayer on that same level as you join me now in understanding the truth. In that deep breath, I feel the life of Spirit moving through me. On this Easter Sunday, when we dive into the truth of the resurrection story, I'm reminded that the limitless possibilities of life exist because we are all one in the mind of God. Each and every one of us connected in this moment, always connected, but we are consciously connected in this moment because we have chosen to understand, to recognize the only oneness there is. And so I know that the word that I speak right now on my behalf is really my consciousness allowing itself to know the truth for each and every one of you. And by speaking this word, what I know is that God is more fully expressed by this word through the vehicles that you all are of God's expression in the world. So what I know is that wherever there is a moment of strife or despair or sadness, desperation or depression, whatever kind of feelings are coming up that feel untoward or uncomfortable, are in this moment soothed by the healing power of the divine. That there is an idea in mind that comes to you in that moment where you're thinking, I can't take it another second. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I can. Because I am one with the Father. I am one with the Mother. I am one with the divine presence. And within me there is an idea that knows, and I know that idea now. And I open my mind to that idea by the word that has been spoken in this moment. The idea is there, ready for use at the moment it is needed to be used to bring more harmony, more peace, more joy, to move away from any sense of limitation, dread, or doubt into the affirmation of prosperity, abundance, and limitless good delivered into your lives. Yes, the moments may be painful as we transition into our new beginning, but that's okay because we know that we are on an eternal journey of upliftment and unfoldment into our greater yet to be, and that greater yet to be happens right now in the very moment that you say yes to the divine. And you have the power to say yes. You have the power to overcome doubt. You have the power to overcome fear. You have the power to use all of those negative emotions as merely signposts that turn your energy into the understanding that the divine presence has you in its loving arms. This is the truth I know for each and every person out there. This is the truth I know for myself, and therefore I know this truth for you. For we are one and the same in the mind of God. And from this understanding and from this deep conviction and faith, I feel a sense of gratitude in the blessings that we each are. And it is from this place of gratitude that I release this word into a law that says, yes, yes, my beloved, in whom I'm well pleased. It is my pleasure to give you the gift. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Aho. Namaste. Wow. Prayer gets me excited. Reverend Johanna, what does prayer do for you?
What does prayer do for me? You know, it brings me in alignment with who I truly am, right? It brings me in alignment with that divine light that is expressing as me, that is expressing as each and every one of us. So it doesn't just bring me in alignment with who I truly am, it also brings me in alignment with who you truly are. You know, and experiencing that oneness and experiencing that love. And that's what I've seen in the chat this morning. There is so much love and appreciation in this community for each other. And, you know, you just love seeing your community members showing up, like Steve Fowler doing the announcement and Dale reading that poem that touches his heart. Of course, Reverend Patrick, what would we do without Reverend Patrick? You know, and then Dr. Jim and Dr. Dennis, you know, congratulate us, who are still so present, as Reverend Stephen said. So much appreciation. But Reverend Stephen, I'm talking to you directly right now because there's also so much appreciation for you. Reverend Jennifer put it very clearly. She says she's watching a lot of services these days. And you got really something going here. We are so fortunate. You have such a talented minister and senior minister who is putting all his talents in play to give you the best service. And I'm very aware it doesn't go one way because the community participates. So there's so much oneness and appreciation. And here we have another opportunity to send love and light to our community members who joined us this morning. Lila, Paula Marie, and Ron and their son, Nancy and Dan, Reverend Betsy, Debbie James, Linda and Reverend Rob, Kurt, Michelle and Dean, Steve and Claudia, Lisa and Seth, Danny and Callie and their son, Leslie, Corina, Brianna, Kathleen, Paulette, Evelyn, and Carla Eccles, Angela's cousin. So welcome everybody. Much, much love.
Wow, that's a lot. Oh, thanks. I'm so glad to have you all here. That's sweet, and thank you for your kind comments, and thank you, Reverend Johanna, for speaking directly to me from across the studio. We should probably see it. You should see an inside shot of all of this going on at some point. But maybe they were hearing me on your mic. Now you can hear me on my mic a little bit better. All right, so let's see now. Where are we gonna go? Let me look. I'm looking. I know you're there, but see, there's this button thing down here, and I'm gonna go down here and see where we're gonna go next because I know there's something coming up. Oh, right. Yes. It's time to practice the law of circulation. This is when we do our pledge. In our pledge, there's a line in it that says that it's we're bringing our good to CSL Simi Valley now. And I always want to throw this in here that you, because you're watching CSL Simi Valley now, we are all CSL Simi Valley. So the law of circulation, yes, it does support what we're doing, and we still need your support. We want to make sure that when we come back together, we still have the building to come back to, so that requires a rent. We still want to make sure that we keep the lights on and the plants greens. That requires water and utilities. So we're still doing all of that, and we also want to bring you this service the way we're doing it as well. So that means that the lights have to stay on here too, and the internet has to stay on here too. So that's all part of what happens with the law of circulation, as well as we continue to do our work at the Samaritan Center. We're looking at other ways. We're giving out homeless bags to various people around the community. I've been passing them out daily when I see different people. So all these various things are part of what happens with you practicing the law of circulation. In other words, giving your gifts and your donations and your tithes. And the other thing that we're doing is we are shifting our energy from a support-based system to an ownership-based system. So we're even changing how we think of ourselves. We think of ourselves now as a spiritual cooperative. Everyone in the cooperative owns peace. So this is also, while you're practicing the law of circulation, you're also purchasing your piece of the Center for Spiritual Living. You know, you've already purchased it in consciousness by being here. Now you purchase it in form through your gift giving. So let's do the pledge together. Here it is now. Divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for CSL Simi Valley now. Let me hear it out loud. Divine love is victorious. And here's how you do your pledge. cslsimivalley.org/donating. cslsimi.org/donating. Give your gift. You can go to our website after the service. Stick around. Don't leave now. I trust you'll do it later, but if you really want to do it and not to think about it, go to the auto tithe program, because if you go to auto tithe, then it just happens automatically. And even better than putting in a credit card for auto tithe is go to your bank, the bill pay, and make it an auto bill pay, and then we can save thousands of dollars a year in bank fees if you would use the auto bill pay feature of your bank account as opposed to using a credit card. Either way it goes, we're really grateful for your gift, and we want to thank you for your gift and for your blessing. And we do have a gift blessing coming up from our practitioner of the day, Reverend Patrick. Again, there's the donate link for you to go to after the service. Reverend Patrick.
It's time to bless the offering. If I were standing in the sanctuary right now, I'd be giving thanks for the abundance in these baskets. And so I'm giving thanks for the abundance in these virtual baskets, just feeling them filling up and overflowing. And I'm just so grateful for everyone in our community who is watching and continuing to receive benefit from these services. And the fact that our community continues to give, and sometimes even give more than is even comfortable in these times, because we value everything that we get to receive from this community. And so in this moment, we feel our own vibrations raising to the vibration of the abundance of Spirit, knowing that as we are in this vibration, that we cannot help draw more abundance to ourselves, which the greatest benefit of that is having more abundance to give. And so for all the blessings in life, to be alive in this moment, we give thanks. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Patrick. Beautiful. All right. Oh, my goodness. This next song that Angela is doing for us is just... it knocked my socks off. So I bring you one more time, Angela Carol Brown.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say blessed always, blessed always. the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say, let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say,
Right? Blessed always. As we travel around the world and see how people are handling what's going on, we can just know that we are blessed always. And we just hold that truth and know that's the truth for each and every one of us. We're coming near our close. I think I just want to remind you that as things get challenging for you, it may be that you need to step out a little bit deeper than your own personal practice and get some assistance from one of our practitioners. Our practitioners are available for you. Your partners in prayer. You can visit our website and type in your request for treatment at that link right there, cslcme.org/prayer-request, cslcme.org/prayer-request. You can also call the church office during the week, and someone will be there for you to take your voice message, because there's no one in the office. Take your voice message, and then we will get back to you. You can also send us an email. We are connecting with people as best we can. You can contact me personally. You know how. Many of you already know how. If you don't, it's revstephen@cslcme.org. That's my email, revstephen@cslcme.org. And it looks like we're going to be rolling out a new way to connect with you, so be aware of that and stay tuned for other forms of us reaching out electronically to keep you close during this time when we are being separated by physical distance, knowing that we are not separated by emotional distance. Let me go down to my little rundown. It tells me where we are. We're coming close to the end. I think let's go back to the voice cam one more time and just see what you guys have to say and check in with Reverend Johanna.
Blessed always. That song just touched me so much. It's the tears are right there. So touched, and what I feel is, yes, we are so blessed. We are so blessed as a community, and we have such responsibility in a sense to send that blessing on, to send it to the greater community, the world, to the healthcare workers, to the people in grocery stores, to security who is still out there, to people who are still run the metro, the train, so people can go and support us who possibly can stay at home. And blessings to all who can stay at home and are there for us. And then who I just saw still joined us is Sandy and Al and Cindy King. So let's send them blessings and light as well. And that's it. Happy Easter.
Thank you. Your voice in the room for the voice cam with Reverend Johanna. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate what you said. It's absolutely true. It is the truth of who we are and what we get to do. And I am just so grateful. We consider ourselves as ministers as first responders 1.5, because we get to bring you emotional and spiritual well-being as best we can, and that's what we're continuing to do. We'll continue to do that throughout the week with the Facebook Live, which is the Monday through Saturday at 1 o'clock, practicing oneness at 1. We reach out with different kinds of information for you, so stay tuned for that. Do be around for that one. Also want to, wow. I'm just getting rolling and it's already time to stop. But what we can do together is our benediction. So you can recite it at home as I say it here. Join me along together as we do this together. Here we are. Bink. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love.
Well, hi there. Good morning, CSL Valley. I am speaking to you from my isolation, my quarantine. I am on ice. I'm locked up, so to speak, just like a lot of other people. And I've been watching Reverend Stephen's series on Oneness at One, and I've been really good at practicing my oneness, and now I'm looking forward to practicing my two-ness, my three-ness, my four-ness, and my groups of over 10-ness. Anyway, you guys are often on my mind and always in my heart. I wish you the very best that life hath to offer, and I'm really looking forward to seeing y'all again. Take care. Love you.
Hello, my CSL Simi Valley family. I wanted to just say how much I miss my community, and I'm hoping for the next time that we see each other, and I know that we are gonna be stronger, and I know that it's gonna be big. I hope that it's gonna be something very special for everyone. I am wishing everybody health, and for this Easter, lots of love and peace in your family and in the world. See you soon. Love you.
I'm on a sailboat saying hello to you from the sailing vessel Abide out here by Anacapa Island. I'm here with my beloved Captain Jeff. Wait a minute, can I get you in there?
Hello. Yep, I'm in there.
Wishing you all well. Hope you're all staying safe. There's Arch Rock behind me. truck behind me. Hope you all are well, safe. Remember, we're all together. We're just virtual right now. Thank you, Stephen. I'm loving the Verge.
Enjoying our International Cuisine Day with Kaiserschmarrn. Delicious. This is a dish from Germany. We think it originated in Austria, but it's very popular in Germany. It's sort of fried dough. Well, not fried dough. It's actually, I guess it's cooked in a pan and has powdered sugar on it. And it is absolutely delicious. There's nothing else like it on earth. And we are enjoying today our Kaiserschmarrn.
Yes.
Guten Tag und auf Wiedersehen.
Hi CSL Simi Valley, it's Easter 2020 and this is one of my original creations for one of our Easter bonnet contests. I look forward to the time we can have those again together. In the meantime, I would like to wish the Center for Spiritual Living Simi Valley a happy 35th anniversary. Thank you to Dr. Jim, Dr. Dennis, and Reverend Stephen for leading it through all those years. I'd like to wish my friends at CSL Simi a happy Easter. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. I look forward to seeing you all again. Happy Easter!
Hi everyone. I can't be camping this year as I usually do, and I'm always the Easter Bunny, so this is my way of sending Easter cheer. Happy Easter!
Hello CSL Simi Valley. Welcome to the top of my mountain. May we all be together even when we're social distancing. Love you all. Happy Easter.
Well, they gild their houses in preparation for the king, and they line the sidewalks with every sort of shiny thing. They would be surprised when they hear him say, "Take me to the alley. Take me to the afflicted ones. Take me to the lonely ones that somehow lost their way. Let them hear me say, I am your friend. Come here to my table. Rest here in my garden. You will have a pardon. You will have a pardon. You will have a pardon.